story was going. But here we are. This first interview we're going to play comes from Friday night in Dallas on ESPN radio. You mentioned John Bond.
And I really can't remember how Mr. Newton stated this, but however he said it, one of the coaches, don't do that as if money.
Cam, what's going on? How do you feel about it as an Auburn fan, a man, a graduate, a human being?
I'm upset, not just for Cam and the team that they get unfocused through all of this. I'm really upset that it seems like so much slander is going on right now. It just seems like so much stuff is being said for no reason at all, especially the cheating allegations, all that kind of stuff. Just it's too much. I mean, they're literally trying to like bash him when there is no true said facts out there right now, except we know that people said something. Whether that's true or not, we just don't know right now. So it's just a bunch of too much stuff being said right now.
You think it's going to be a distraction?
Yeah,
for the team?
Sadly, as much as they say it's not a distraction, it's a distraction. I mean, they've talked about it all week, so it's absolutely a distraction. I hate to say it.
Is it going to take it out on somebody? Is it going to be a...
I will say that Georgia does not want to face an angry Cam Newton.
Well, I think it's going to be a tough game for Georgia, but we got a chance.
All right. Are you scared that he might come out with like an extra righteous anger because of all the false allegations, and he's just going to try to take it out on somebody?
I don't think so. I think he'll just be playing as hard as he can go, no matter what kind of game it's in.
Well, so as a rival fan, do you believe any of this stuff? Do you want to believe it? Do you not want to believe it?
I haven't followed it very closely, but I know a little bit about how college football works. It's possible, but it may be just something that somebody's pulling.
All right.
I'm waiting for the results to come in of the investigation.
All right. So, what's going on with Cam Newton? How do you feel about it? As a fan, did you go to Auburn?
No, I didn't. I've got 2.5 kids that graduate from here.
Two and a half?
Yeah. One finished at UAB.
Oh, happens. But that still works. All right. Well, so yeah, as somebody connected, as a fan, as a human being, what's going on? How do you feel about it?
Well, he seems like a kid that made some mistakes, has tried to get his life back together, and the experience that everybody has had with him at Auburn is nothing but positive. You watch him on the field, not only is he a good player, but his attitude seems first class and all those kind of things. Now, I just hope that a lot of the alleged things aren't true. I'd be disappointed if that was the case, but right now I'd take him at his word, and it looks to me like a witch hunt. I think they ought to back off to kids, unnamed sources and all that kind of stuff to be spread on the national media like that. I don't think that's fair for anybody.
Where are you from originally?
Rochester, New York. You
Okay.
can tell right away.
Well, I have suspicion. Just a guess. Well, what about the game tomorrow? You think it's going to be? You think it's going to be a distraction? You think we're going to come out with, guns blazing?
I don't think it's going to be a distraction. I think if anything, it'll pull the team together. I certainly hope that's the case. If you've watched him for the other 10 games, I mean, he's always happy and positive season. And now maybe they got him mad. I wonder how he's going to perform when he's mad. It'll probably be interesting. Huh?
I hope it's really interesting. I hope it is really interesting. What do you think score is going to be? Score, yes.
I can't predict scores. I'd like it to be 75-3.
So, what do you think as a fan, as a graduate, as a person? I gotta stop using that thing. About what's going on with Cam Newton. A week ago, all of a sudden, all hell starts breaking loose, and it's just been one thing after another. It seems like, and I don't know. How are you processing this?
I think it's been compared to what happened with Sarah Palin. When you're under the radar, all this was probably going on, and it was since January. But once you become, a front runner and you are competition to others, people start looking for stuff to knock you down. And, being in academics, as we are, the grade thing there's no excuse for that.
Right.
Whatever his grades were is his business.
Right.
If he's academically eligible to play at Auburn, whatever grades happened years ago is insignificant. He was obviously eligible to play at Glenn Junior College.
Right.
The stuff that happened with the computer, you know, he's done his time with a computer, and I don't think they need to keep dragging that up again. You know, that's over and done with. He did his community service or whatever it was he did to get out of trouble with that. As far as this pay-to-play thing, his dad in the church is a little suspect to me, as is all organized religion a little suspect to me. But until they can show me where he did that, I think this country is built on innocent until proven otherwise, and he's innocent. And the Heisman is about what you have done this year. And since he's been at Auburn, he has been exemplary. He is an excellent athlete. He is all about Auburn, and I don't think any of it should affect his Heisman potential.
Okay, so Auburn fan, I take it?
Yes.
Did you go here?
Yes, I'm actually still going here, working on my master's.
Still going here? All right, awesome. Well, okay, Cam Newton, what's going on? How you feel about it?
Oh, the whole thing about whether or not did he take money, that whole thing?
Yeah.
If it weren't Auburn, I would be shocked to not, you know, we've paid our players before.
All right. In stakes.
But back in the day, when Eric Ramsey, you know, got Pat Dye fired and went on suspension for a year, we've paid players. But then again, almost every SEC team has. So, would I be surprised if it came out to be true? No, I would not. However, I think that it probably has a great deal to do with the fact that he's up for Heisman. Were he not up for Heisman, would this stuff be coming out? No. It wouldn't be coming out until after we won the national championship or something like that. I like to play devil's advocate approach to it is, you know, okay, let's suppose he asked for the money. If they didn't give him the money, no crime was committed still, so it doesn't really matter.
Right. So you think Chizik and company, even they're denying it hardcore, so you still wouldn't be surprised if it happened, even with like these hardcore denials, not going to talk about it, and knowing that if it was going on, that pretty much things, you know, record book wise,
I would not be surprised if we did it. I would be surprised if Gene Chizik knew about it because he's an outside coach. I mean, he's, you know, from outside the SEC. I would not expect him to do it, but I would not put it beyond the Board of Trustees of Auburn University to do it.
Okay.
I would not put it beyond them at all.
Okay.
Particularly Louder and the whatnot. They've done things like this before.
All right.
I would not be surprised again.
You think it's how we're going to do tomorrow?
Statistics say we should stomp them into the ground. Tradition and superstition says that we are going to get our butt kicked. Whenever Auburn and Georgia, whichever one of them is having just an awful year, they're the ones that win the Auburn-Georgia game. So superstition, whatnot, says we should lose.
All right.
If I had put my money down because we have Cam Newton, I'd put it on Auburn.
All right.
What do you think the score's going to be?
Score will be 32-17, Auburn.
32.
It'll be close up until the fourth quarter, and then Auburn's going to break something. Yeah.
You know, with the FBI involved, he's telling people that he's got the record. So today, with the FBI snooping around and everyone else, Kenny Rogers showed up at Ian's studio in Dallas with an attorney.